You're on.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, I'm Mark Kindle from Great White, and I'm here today to talk about my RH custom guitar. This guitar was made by Rick Harrison and his team, and they are incredible. I met Rick and we got together. He brought a bunch of his guitars down for me to check out. We probably had 4 meetings, and we went over every detail of the guitar, and he built this masterpiece, and it plays and sounds amazing. What I like about his company and what he does is he makes the guitar exactly how you want it. So it's a one-of-a-kind situation. What you want is what he does. You know, so he goes over every single detail. It's hard to get that from a corporate guitar company. In the past, maybe in the early 70s, you're going to grab a guitar that's pretty sweet, you know, from a big company. But what I like about this is I don't have to settle on anything. I'm not settling. It's not that it plays great. The tone could be better, but you know, I'll settle. I didn't have to settle for anything. This guitar is it plays perfect because we went over that. You know, we went over the neck size. We went over you know, what frets I was going to use, the wood, everything. So when you run into somebody that makes guitars, well, you're probably not going to run into a Rick Harrison, because he literally does these. They're one of a kind, like I said, and to me, that just means I care. You know what I mean? Because to me, you know, I've been to factories, I've done tours of huge companies, and you know, they have guitars flying off machines. They have, and if it is a custom, it's just because some guy had a piece of sandpaper and sanded it, you know. I just like the fact that I was totally able to go over every detail, and like I said, we had 3 or 4 meetings. I played all of his guitars, as you can see here. They're all just absolute masterpieces. But the great thing, he's not making 40 of these, you know. He's not pumping these out. He made 1. He will get together with you. You can go over the things that you like about guitars, that you like about the specs, that you like about the neck, what kind of tuning gears you want to use or whatever, and he'll make it for you, you know, and that's what makes this great. I've always been the type of guitar player that is seeking the most note value. I want, the notes mean everything to me, and the more a guitar can speak, and you can hear what the heck I'm doing, the more I like it. And the great thing about this guitar is it's very musical. I've told people before that I can always get more distortion. They got a million pedals out there. They got amps with gains and gain structures, and you know, I can sound like a 1,000 Tony Iommis, you know, without any problem. But what I can't get is more note. I can't get more note. And this guitar allows me to have the notes speak the way I like them to speak. You know, I like to use gain. I'm in a rock band and I like to have gain, but I also like you to hear the notes through that gain well, to where you can hear what I'm doing. Unless I'm playing bad, then, you know, but, you know, so that's another thing I like. And, you know, we were able to go through all the woods. This is like spalted maple. These rocket pickups are hand wound by some guy in Washington. I mean, you know, the details or something you don't often see, like the abalone inlays. Okay, that's something you might have seen before, but the dots on the side, you don't normally see somebody go to the trouble of making that abalone. Those are usually black dots, you know. So he actually put abalone in the dots, you know, which is just incredible. And then on the volume and tone, he has the matching, you know, abalone or whatever that matches that. It's just amazing. And the back is like alder. This is alder wood. He put my name on there, you know. I mean, that's something I don't even know if we talked about. I can't remember, but you know, it's pretty cool. You got your name on your guitar. I mean, this is a bird's eye maple, right? Yeah, bird's eye maple. And you know, I like I said, I'm a guy that thrives on the notes. I just, you know, I really want you to hear when I'm cranked in distortion. I want you to hear the notes through that distortion. That's so important to me. The other thing is, if you're a shredder, I mean, if you're a guy that just, you know, you want the highest gain Seymour Duncan pickup known to man, he will make that guitar for you. It's what you want, and that's the great thing about it. I happen to like the lower. I don't like a lot of distortion coming from the guitar. In other words, I don't want gain coming from here. So that's why I use a lower output pickup. Anyways, you know, I mean, I don't know what else to say except, you know, it's just a great instrument. It plays so sweetly. It also has this feature which the tone, I mean the volume knob, you can, and the tone, both split the pickups. In other words, I can turn a humbucking pickup into a single coil pickup. That's single coil, and then this is you know, the humbucking. I'm what's called a roll-off player. In other words, I don't use like a whole bank of pedals. I don't have like a zillion pedals to where, you know, you're hearing this like death metal sound and then I go to the super clean thing. I'm a roll-off player. I get everything I need right from here. This knob right here, everything that I need is right here. I just turn down. I pull the pot out to get a clean sound. That's just the way I do it. You don't have to do it that way. But this guitar allows that. It allows me. It allows me to be comfortable. You know, the guitar plays how I want it to play. You know, some, you know, like shredders or whatever, are guys that have a very light touch, like their action to be, you know, really low. You know, my guitar isn't really set up that way, but he can set it up like that for you. My guitar, I play, well, I call it man style, but you know, I got my right hand is kind of heavy. You know, I dig in, and I want a certain amount of tension. And that's something we went over, you know, and that's a great thing, you know, when you can have an instrument where you're happy with everything. It's rare, you know. It doesn't even sound easy. It's a rare thing. I mean, unless you're like the luckiest man on earth and you just grab a guitar off the rack and it just plays perfect, but I doubt that's going to happen. So, you know, like I said, he builds one of a kind guitars. Does them exact. I mean, how can you go wrong when the guy's going to make it exactly how you want it? It's like impossible to fail. And that comes, I think that comes from him seeing other people's failures and other people's laziness is what made him want to be a great guitar maker and take care of every detail. You know, that's all you have to do. If you're rushing and just throwing things together and just like, you know, getting down on your knees and just hoping everyone will like it, you know, that's not the way to make guitars. The way he does it is he takes care of everything. He makes sure that every part of it's perfect, and even asks you over and over again, is it okay? How did I play tonight? Yeah, how was the last gig? Was it okay? Is there anything I need to change? You know, he's always, you know, right there for that. So he doesn't just throw you the guitar and go, okay, thank you very much, bye-bye now. You know, he's on the phone, how was the gig last night, you know? So that's really cool. Anyways, you know, that's about all I got, except, you know, I think if you're looking for a guitar exactly how you want it, you should, you know, get somebody that's going to do that for you. You can probably get that with corporate, but you're gonna pay a lot of money. You know, I was at a corporation not long ago. Obviously, I'm not going to name names, but a very large name had a line of guitars, and I think 8 people worked on this guitar. So what they do is they ship it to him, and then he says, yay or nay, or fix this or do that. But when they totally get it right, then he goes, okay, now make, you know, 100 of them like that. Do you think that those same 8 people are going to make 100 guitars exactly like the one they sent him? I don't. I mean, I'm just guessing. But I'm just saying, you know, I just like the idea of one of a kind. You know, I like the idea that I can get what I want exactly. You know, no settling, no, you know, yeah, that's pretty good, I'll deal with it, or, you know what I mean? So, I'm very happy with this instrument, and like I said, it plays great. What do you think? That's no pedals. I'm going straight into an amp. I'm getting everything from right here, like I said. I get everything I need from here. You can also split, you know, you can go to the middle and split both pickups, which gives super clean sound also, and, or go to this pickup and split it. So there's a lot of things you can do. Anyways, you know, thanks Rick Harrison. Totally dig it, bro. And as you can see, I'm surrounded by some of his work, and it's just amazing. I actually played this guitar right here as a loaner for our upcoming documentary and live show that we did at the Hard Rock in Las Vegas, which is going to be a cinema release, and I think it's going to be on Showtime. And so you'll see this on that, only because this wasn't quite ready yet. But I just played in Louisville the other night and got to debut this, and it was just awesome. And then I played in Chicago also, and got to kind of debut it, you know. I mean, you know, you sit at home, you go, I'm loving it, but I wanted to play it with the band, and I got to do that, and it was amazing. It was just as good as I thought. My band noticed also that the tone was awesome, and they loved the way it looked and everything. So anyways, thanks a lot. We'll see you guys.